Well, good morning. Welcome to today's morning meeting. I'm Greg Luther, the one guy that meets with you every single day to help you in growing your real estate business. Today, I'm not sure if we're going to grow our real estate business. I think we're going to complain about it. I'd like to file a complaint. Can I speak with the manager, please? Wanted to tell a little story here, and it kind of talks about a sign of the times. Obviously, being in real estate, you meet a lot of people. You meet a lot of walks of life. I was on the news a couple days ago, and had to fly down to go to ABC News, and was flying back, and the whole mess with airports and delayed flights and canceled flights and all the stuff that's going on when you travel. You know how tough that can be. It's like you're rolling the dice, hoping you'll actually make it on time. Well, one of the flights that I was on, the flight gets delayed, the flight gets canceled. There's all of these issues. Now, I won't go into it. I generally fly private when I can. When it doesn't make sense, or it's a $35,000 each way or something like that, I'll go commercial. Generally, I try and do first class because there's weirdos in this world. I don't. If you look at, like, I'm sure you've heard of someone being a people person. I'm exactly the opposite of that. I'm not real good with humans, is the best way that I describe that. So the problem is, you can kind of get your first class seat and you can get on first and you don't have to deal with people, and you can close your eyes or put your coat over your head or whatever while others are going in, and you don't have to put up with the drama and all that. But if there's a canceled flight, there's going to be drama. Reason I say this is because there was a lady. Turns out everybody in the terminal found out she's 22 years old, uh, crying hysterically because the flight is canceled. Like, uncontrollable emotions, having a panic attack, just completely out of control of her life. And she's waiting in line, and she's talking to the lady behind her. You know how it is. Like, I can't believe this shit's happening. You know how it is when there's a delayed flight. Everybody starts talking to everybody, right? We're going to complain together. It's like, whatever. So she's complaining to the lady behind her, and hold on, I got to answer the phone. This is my mom, and if I don't answer the phone, she'll turn my phone off. How's your mother turning your phone off? You're obviously a grown adult. So anyway, she's about 2 or 3 spots in front of me. So she gets up to the front of the line, and she goes to the lady and just bawling and crying hysterically. And the lady saying, well, we can get you rebooked tomorrow, and we're not providing a hotel credit and whatever. And she just, I need to speak with my mom. I can't handle this. I need my mom. I need my mom right now. Can you just talk to my mom about this? She puts her mother on speakerphone. This is a grown ass woman. She is 22 years old. Her mom starts fighting with the gate agent about why that flight must go out today. She needs to call somebody and tell the pilots to come back. And she's like, well, I was telling your daughter here. She said, you don't talk to my daughter. She is a child. And the gate agent's like, ma'am, according to her itinerary and as well as her driver's license, she's 22 years old. Yes, she is a child. She doesn't know how to handle this stuff. I'm thinking, is this really where America is these days? When I was 22 years old, right or wrong, when I was 22 years old, I had a kid getting ready to go to kindergarten. I owned a condo, struggling every day, couldn't pay my damn bills, but I was learning how life works. You know why? Because I kicked myself out so I could actually become successful. These days, nobody under 30 years old, very few, ever want to get married, ever want to have kids, ever want to have a home, actually own a house. And what we're finding is home ownership, homeowners are getting older and older and older because there's not a younger generation that has any interest in that. Not only do they not have an interest in owning a home, many don't have an interest in renting. Many don't have an interest in ever having kids because that would get in their way. It's easier to stay at mom's house and to be coddled for the rest of your life. My kids knew you're getting a truck on your 18th birthday. It's a U-Haul backed in the driveway. Well, where am I going to go? Not here. That's where you're going to go. Figure it the hell out. Because my kids know how to change a tire. They know how to handle a flight. They know how to handle things without actually talking to their. You need to call your parents every single time something happens. Because, by the way, it's not just 22-year-olds doing this. It's 28-year-olds doing this as well. You need to be seeing your parents on the freaking holidays. And that's it. because it's time for you to actually have a life. This is humiliating and cumbersome for everybody in the gate area, that she is so out of control, out of touch with reality, with life, with adulthood, that she's going through this. Now, you can tell, all the time, well, maybe she has anxiety. You don't have anxiety. By the way, anxiety is a complete loss of your own emotional control. That's what that is. And you can have that by choice. How about get a hold of yourself? How about have a little bit of control? So a lot of the things we were taught when we were younger, it's different now. When we were younger, we'd actually make fun of people. What, you think you're special? Now we got to find out how they're special. One of the bathrooms I was at is like, I don't know what it is now. Whatever you identify as, you're man, you're woman, there's furries. In some areas, they have litter boxes in the bathrooms. Are you freaking kidding me right now? So I have to sit here and listen to her mother screaming on, not even a customer of the gate of the airline. Her mother screaming, "She is a child. You need to talk to me so I can handle this for you." She is 22 years old. She should, frankly, at least rent a place, let alone own a house or a condo or something. She should have her own car. She should have her own phone. You know why she doesn't? This is mom's fault. This is mom's fault to let her do that. That's why they collect unemployment. I saw something today. I haven't verified it yet, but I saw this morning there were more people that filed for unemployment in 2022 than there were that voted for the president. There were more people that filed for unemployment than there were that voted for the winning side of the presidency, according to the numbers. So what that means is, like, people have no desire to contribute to society. They have no desire to figure out how life works. And as a real estate agent, where our job is to help people, the natural path has always been starter house, then a move up house, then a trophy house, and then your final house, when the kids go off to college or whatever. Now it's like, mom's going to refinish the basement so I can live here forever. It helps her and it helps me. And now I don't have to keep a job and I can just work part-time sometimes. And this is prevalent around the United States. So there's this coddling that's happening. And I'm wondering, I'd like your opinion in the comments here. Let me know if you've ever seen something like this, if you've ever seen an example of somebody that's entitled, that is coddled, that is way too damn grown. Because there are literally today, and I was talking to a real estate agent. This has been about 3 weeks ago, maybe even a month ago. I was talking to a real estate agent, went to a listing appointment, sits down with the husband and wife. Their 36-year-old son lives at the house playing video games the whole time. Didn't even acknowledge that there's a realtor here. He's playing a video game, got a headset on, talking to other video game players. 36 years old, grown-ass man that never grew up, that has been coddled his entire life, that is literally the exact same mental capacity as a 15-year-old that's at mom's house, that doesn't even have the courtesy to turn off the phone. There's a guest in the home, a professional setting going on right now, that's screaming at others on the phone, "You didn't shoot him. I'm going to shoot him." This can't be real life. Let me know if you've had these kinds of things happen. Now, the reason it matters for us is we're going in these homes. We're meeting with people. If you're a licensed real estate agent, you're meeting with buyers and sellers, and you got to think about who's my desired customer. When I was selling real estate in the early 2000s, I was always looking for anybody that's 18 and older, because people that are 20 and 21 and 22, they have gotten married. They have had a child. I was 17 when she got pregnant, 18 when we had it, my first son. So, at 22, I had a 4.5-year-old getting ready to go to kindergarten. I owned a condo. I paid $73,000 for a condo, but I wanted to own a place. FHA financing had to come up with the 3% of $73,000. But I wanted to actually contribute to society. I wanted to get out on my own. I'm sure you remember the days. You can't wait till you're 16, because if you could get your car, you can have freedom. You can get away from that stuff. There are 25-year-olds that never got a driver's license. I've personally met them. We didn't hang out much. that have never gotten their driver's license. They literally just Uber, or their parents or their friends take them somewhere, because then you don't have to worry about a car payment, and you don't have to worry about insurance, and you don't have to worry about maintenance. And then you can still remain unemployed your entire life. This cannot be the America that we're trying to succeed. We're trying to help people with literally the American dream. We're trying to do all that we can that way. And people that are 22, 25, 28 years old, even 30 years old, they have no desire to ever have ownership or responsibility or family or all of the things that we'd had in the past. I don't particularly like Elon Musk at all for various reasons, but he had a very good point, that I can't remember the exact term, but the biggest danger to the world right now is population extinction, or a population dissipation, whatever the word is. Lots and lots less. Each generation that goes by, there's lesser and lesser people. Now, it used to be we were growing like crazy. We were over expanding everything. But I want you to think about this. If 10 years from now, there are 30% less people that are in home ownership because there's 30% less humans. And then 10 years from then, there's another 20 or 30%. And 10 years from then, there's another 20 or 30%. We got a lot of vacant houses around every city. And that's kind of where it's going. This between the lack of interest in becoming a homeowner, as well as the COVID thing where people lost their jobs and moved back in, and there's this multi-generation household is now the norm. You know, it used to be you would laugh at your neighbor if their 22-year-old still lived at home, right? Like, kick them out, tell them to go contribute to society, do something. Oh no, they won't even work. They just play video games all day. I tried to tell them to leave. They won't leave. Like they're a hostage in their own house from their adult child. So I know you've seen this. I can't be the only one. It drives me crazy. It makes me feel old as hell. Maybe I'm a what do they call it? A naturalist, or a conventional lifestyle. Like, you should grow up and have a family and contribute to society and help others and try to own a piece of America and all of those factors. But if we're going to be selling, and this is our generation that we need to be selling, the what would be first-time home buyers, 21 to 28, I guess, would generally be considered a first-time home buyer, and they haven't even rented, nor do they ever want to get out of the house. This is a big thing to think about if you fast forward your business 5 years. It's something to really think about for the age demographic of the people that we're working with. So it's one of the reasons I don't go out in public. I don't like humans. I don't do well with humans, because you see a lot of stupid people that are in their own way. As an example, if you didn't have the ability to call your mom, you'd have to figure the shit out yourself, and you'd actually learn something. If you didn't have AAA and you could call your dad and he would come over and change your tire for you, you would figure out how to change your tire. There's a billion YouTube videos on how to change your tire. No, they don't even know that there's a spare tire in the trunk. They have no idea how life works these days. Why? Because they're stuck on their phones and computers, and the only thing they see is what they're interested in because of algorithms. They don't know you could save 15% within 15 minutes by calling this insurance company. They don't know. They don't watch ads or commercials. They don't learn through sales pitches how they can make their lives better, because algorithms are designed. If you watch makeup all the time, all you're going to see is makeup. If you watch race cars all the time, all you're going to get is pop-ups on race cars. If you're into horses, all you're going to get is pop-ups on horses. Everything you see, the algorithm is running people down this funnel where they don't learn how real life works. They have no idea what standby means on a flight. We literally had that. We can put you on standby for the next flight. And multiple people, I don't know what that is. Let me call somebody. And then they always want to talk to somebody on speakerphone in public, which also drives me crazy. Maybe I'm an old man today. Maybe I'm weird. Maybe it's me that's the issue. I don't think life is supposed to work like this. So as a real estate agent, we're not only about the now, but we're about the future and fast forward pacing. What is your business going to look like? Who are your clients going to be? It's a little scary. We used to make fun of millennials. They want to do it their own way and all that. Millennials are almost 40 years old now. This next generation, millennials look great. I'd work with millennials all day before I would work with this generation that literally can't talk to a human, cannot talk to a human, has to get their mom to talk to them for them while they ball continuously. So anyway, I just wanted to complain. I'd like to, I'm curious. I would like some ideas. Let's see if we can have some fun in the comments section down here. Let me know if you've ever had anything like this in real estate or outside of real estate. Just the entitlement, the refusal to grow up, the not knowing how life works type thing. It's something that is very prevalent in America today. We got to figure out who our client is and who our client is not. So we're not wasting time where we could be selling houses and helping people with that American dream. We don't want to be wasting time with people that will never have a car, have no interest in that. So let me know your thoughts in the comments here. I'd love to hear a couple of stories, short stories or long, just examples. I knew a guy one time that was 40 years old and had no idea how to change a tire, as an example. Just there's so many examples of this. There's lots of great examples in this world too, but I was on a tangent today. I've been thinking a lot about that lady, girl, child, her mother. I don't want to offend her. Her mother says she's a child. I don't want to use this one child, 22-year-old damn woman, as all of America, but there's certainly a bunch of them. So anyway, I want you to be hustling out there. We got a whole lot of stuff on helping you and growing your real estate business. If you look at all the other morning meetings, you check out the links in the video description here. Every day I meet with you about growing your real estate business. And I just wanted to bitch a little bit today. When you go out in public, sometimes you see some, I don't know if you're allowed to call it that, but it's what it is. It's somebody that's different, which is called a weirdo. You're going to meet a lot of weirdos in this world. Man, woman, furries, space kin. By the way, that's a real thing. That's another one I met a couple years ago. He's a space kin, K-I-N. Go ahead and Google it. He believes he might be from a distant galaxy. It's a real ass thing. Good luck on selling them a house. I'm Greg Luther. We'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye for now.